Hi all, Hipper here. Today I am taking a look at how to defend a falling flank. And I'm doing that because lately that has seemed to be a recurring problem in standard battles. People who spawn on a flank they don't like, they simply leave it. And whoever is left behind will have to defend that flank alone. And I mean, that is a tough job. So here we are in Estuary, and this map is all about flanking. If you lose A or D, you're open to get flanked. So it's super important to hold those caps, or at least hold the flanks. Don't have to hold the caps, but at least make an effort. So here, right off the bat, we spawn 3 ships here, 2 cruisers and a battleship. And I'm just gonna head in and see if I can spot something for these other 2 guys here. But I notice immediately that they're turning left towards the center of the map. So I give them a friendly reminder that like you are here to defend the flank, you are not there to go to the middle of the map. That's usually a really bad sign when you start a battle and the ships that spawn on like the left and the right flank, they immediately head into the center of the map. That is usually a recipe for disaster, absolute disaster. So of course I'm now left alone here. I don't even have a destroyer to spot for me. And if I give up this flank, I just saw at least 2 battleships across from me. So if I give up this flank, they're gonna have an absolute party with broadsides on my team as soon as they get up past the cap here where I am. And unfortunately, the battleships are a Vlad and a Roma, and they are just the worst battleships to face in Atago. The AP penetration is just absolutely crazy. And usually you can get away with angling in Atago, but against especially those 2 battleships, they seem to pen anyway. So the only option I have is to put some distance between myself and them, so I'll be able to wiggle my way around. And certainly there's a Wichita as well, and probably there's a destroyer as well, because I was spotted very early on. So that makes it 4 versus 1 on this flank here. Now, if you keep an eye on the battleship that left this flank throughout this battle, all he does is he goes into B, and then he decides that he doesn't like the view in there, and then he reverses back, broadside, of course, to where he spawned. And I mean, what is the point of that? What is the tactic there? What is the strategy? What is it you want to achieve? I mean, I don't know. It could be a 6-year-old playing his dad's ship for all I know, and of course then all is forgiven. But if it's someone who likes the game and tries to do his best, then that's not the way to do your best. Now I need to just stay alive on this flank and slow down the enemy as much as possible. So the other flank, which are actually doing pretty well, will get a chance to finish off the enemy on that side and then hopefully come and rescue me. See there, we only took 1 shell, I think, and we got punished severely from that. So I'm gonna put some more distance between myself and these enemies. And now this Vanguard is coming back, reversing back, broadside, of course, like I said before, and this Roma is taking advantage of that, of course. So I'm firing torps in between the areas where I think that Vlad might show up, and just trying to delay these ships, and I actually got a hit there, pretty lucky. Doing my best to delay the advance of the enemy ships. Like I said before, I need to get back up, and the only way that can happen is for the other flank to win and circle around here and help me out. And here I am totally lucky. That pesky destroyer gets spotted, and I take a perfect shot at him, and he is gone. And that saves me on this flank, I think, because now I don't have to worry so much about getting spotted, and it's pretty much up to me when I want to be spotted and when I don't want to be spotted. Because I have a concealment radius of about 11 kilometers and I have a reload of about 15 seconds, I think, and it takes 20 seconds to fall off detection. So pretty much what I can do is I can fire and then I can wiggle my butt around for 20 seconds and then I'm home free. And that's pretty much what Atago does really well, especially in a situation like this. Unfortunately, I'm facing two very, very powerful AP battleships, and that's why I am being very, very cautious here, because like that Vanguard is just useless. I don't know what he's thinking, going broadside on to two tier 7 battleships like that. I mean, he might as well just not be there. Actually, it might be better if he had just stayed somewhere else, where at least he wouldn't just give up his whole hit points to the enemy like that. I mean, so I'll just stay here behind him and keep pestering these battleships here. I'm trying desperately to keep them behind the islands here. And I'm pretty sure as soon as that battleship dies, then they'll push forward. Although they did lose their destroyer earlier. So the only thing I can really stop them with is by using my torps. And this is another reason that I do not pick the 8-kilometer torps for my Atago. Like most situations like this, you will need 10-kilometer torps. You don't want to get closer than that. See here, there's a deadly salvo coming in from both of them. So I need to angle and avoid both salvos. And luckily I took the hits on the deck, and the deck's really strong on Atago for some reason, but that could have been a nasty one right there. So now I take a shot here and I'll be spotted for the next 20 seconds. But I know that these battleships, they just took a shot, but apparently this guy saved a little bit for me anyway. So pretty much what I'm trying to do here is bait the battleships and then hoping my my torps will not take them out perhaps, but at least slow them down a little bit. And you might argue that in a situation like this, Mogami would be a better choice, because you have the two reverse-facing torp launchers, and I mean, with these two very powerful battleships here, I will not be able to go head-on and make use of my front torp launchers. I'll have to stay here at least 10 kilometers away and just troll their shots like this. It's all about making them waste time, slowing them down, and I'm trying to do that, but they are very determined now. They're heading full speed towards me, and I'm having trouble getting fires on these guys here, especially Roma. I think it's really hard to actually get a fire going on that ship. Not just this one here, but in general. So if I have a quick look over on the other flank, my team has done really well. They have pretty much taken out the resistance over there, and there's just a cruiser left. So I just have to hang on a little bit longer, and it should all be good. We're also ahead on points, about 200. So what turned out as a very challenging battle, because one flank was left completely open, and the battleship that was supposed to defend that flank decided to go reverse broadside on to two other enemy battleships. So this could have been a pretty bad loss. But now I've been slowing these guys down here for probably nearly 10 minutes now, and I'm still at half health, so I could probably get away with another 10 minutes more if I had to. But as you can see, there are the only two left now, and they'll have to concentrate on other people than me now, because they have rounded the mountains and they are in range of the whole team. And I really don't like this Vlad here. He's shooting his guns not as in order. So like one first, then if you wait a few seconds, and then another one, and then the last one, and it makes it really hard to avoid his salvos. And of course, that's smart of him. He's no noob, that guy. So these battleships have pretty much been shooting at me non-stop the whole game, and I've been shooting at them non-stop the whole game. And they have pushed me back pretty much as far as I am able to go. But I mean, we made them waste 10 minutes trying to get into a position to flank, and by the time they succeeded, then it's too late anyway. The rest of their team is gone, and that's what you should do on a flank like that. But hopefully you won't be in a situation where you're left behind by the ships you spawn with, because that makes it infinitely harder. So really what you got to do is only give up the ground you absolutely have to stay safe. Keep the pressure on the enemy ships with torps and guns and whatever else you have. Try not to get sunk, of course. And if you keep doing that, and like the rest of your team makes sure that you cannot be flanked while you are defending the flank, then it usually works out really well. And as you'll see at the end of the battle, we're actually number 2 on the team. Although we only sunk one ship and didn't actually do that much. Only 75,000 damage as well. And we didn't cap anything. So here we have a look. 2200 XP. Of course that Odin did much better, but we're no slouch either. Alright, well, I hope you liked this little educational video here. And I hope to see you on the battlefield.